Hundreds of bats found frozen during the deep freeze are back in the wild after some TLC.
Yeah, but we still have some more bats, and the Humane Society, they still need some help. So Chelsea Edwards is live at the Texas Wildlife Rehabilitation Coalition with a look at what's going on. Hey, Chelsea.
Hey there. So we have the expert, our very own bat lady, Mary Warwick, the wildlife director here at the Houston Humane Society, to tell us you helped save 1,602 bats during this freeze. So let's talk about what exactly happened to these babies. What was going on?
Well, the weather changed so quickly. You know, we went from having like 60-degree weather in the afternoon to 22-degree weather that night. And so they just can't regulate their body temperature that well. They're very small. They don't have a lot of body fat. So when the temperature changes that quickly, they just can't maintain their body temperature. So they started to go into hypothermic shock during the night, and that causes them to release their feet, their little grabbing feet from the bridge, and then just fell down to the bottom of the bridge.
I'm guessing that could lead to some injuries for the bats?
So some did have fractures, some had injuries to their face, but some just kind of flutter down so they don't have as many injuries.
So tell us how you helped rehab them, and then y'all had a huge release last night as well.
Yeah, so the first thing any animal needs, including bats, when they're rehabbed, is you need to get their body temperature up to function. They can't use any food until you get their body temperature up, and then you have to get them hydrated. So they were all given subcutaneous fluid, a little bit of fluid under their skins to help rehydrate them. And then after that, we start force feeding them. Bats fly when they eat, so when we put bugs out or insects out for them to eat, they just kind of look at it and wonder, what do you want me to do with that? I don't know what that is. So we have to force feed them when they're in rehab. However, once you start getting to like 900, 1,000 bats, it's hard to force feed that many bats. And so that's when we made the decision to reduce their body temperature again and put them in torpor, which is kind of a hibernative state, but not quite so deep, but enough to reduce their metabolism so they didn't have to eat for a couple of days.
Okay, I want to give people a look at these guys, because you actually separated there were bats found in Pearland and then Wabridge, and then you have a few that are left behind who are still rehabilitating. So we're going to show off these guys some more coming up in the next hour. And we'll also talk about how you can help build a rehabilitation center for the bats here in our area coming up at 9. Reporting live, Chelsea Edwards, Fox 26 News.
That is amazing what they are able to do. So cool. Thanks, Chelsea.
Hundreds of bats are flying free now after being rescued from the freeze.
This is remarkable what they have been able to do. Chelsea Edwards is live at the Texas Wildlife Rehabilitation Coalition, where they nurse bats back to health. But they are hoping for some help with a bigger and better place to help in the future. Right, Chelsea?
Absolutely. To tell us more about that rescue and release. I mean, nearly 1,600 bats released last night, and you personally scooping them up, sending them in the air. What was that like for you?
It was wonderful. I thought they would climb out of the carrier themselves, but there's this little lip they couldn't get over. They're too little, so I had to help them out over the lip. But just to watch them fly off was amazing. That's what it's all about when you're a wildlife rehabilitator.
I'm sure you are a superhero to them. And you told us how you had bats from the Wabridge plus bats from Pearland. So y'all had 2 separate releases. And you've got a few left here. So tell us about what's going on with these guys.
So these are the Pearland bats, and these are some of the wall bats. We had 5 that didn't release last night because they just weren't ready. So we picked them up, brought them back home. And then we have some also from Pearland that weren't flying right or couldn't flap off the ground. So we brought them back. And they just need extra heat support and nutritional support and a little bit of time to heal more. And then we'll take them back out and let them release.
Nice. Well, speaking of rehab, the TWRC Wildlife Center and the Houston Humane Society, y'all are hoping to build a larger rehab center?
Yeah, so we want to build a wildlife center that will give us more room to rehabilitate more species of animals and more individuals of each species, and that Wildlife Center will have a special room just for bats that will give us lots of room to rehabilitate many different species of bats. And
Very
we're hoping that people will donate to that.
Yes, yes.
So if they go to our website, which is the twrcwildlifecenter.org, and click on the red donate button, we have a wonderful donor that's matching 100% of everybody's donations, and that will go a long way to helping us meet that goal. We're super excited about it.
Yeah, we got to help build that bat cave up. All right, we'll have that website on fox26houston.com. Before we go, I want to share with people why it's so important. I mean, you know, we know you got a love for bats, but why is it so important that we make sure that we take care of these, even beyond, you know, freezing temperatures like we had?
Right. There's certainly many things that can affect bats, and they need our help throughout the year. But they eat many insects for us, not just mosquitoes at the lower levels, but moths and other insects that are a pest to our crops. And believe it or not, we have crops right outside of town, and these bats fly all the way out there, and they help reduce the amount of pesticides we need and allow us to have crops. And they're part of the food web. So hawks, owls, all kinds of animals eat bats, and they depend on them for food. And if they're not there, then those animals will go down. Plus, they're just fabulous in their own right.
Yes, I love it. I mean, how could you not love a face like that? Okay, so you guys, again, we'll have that website, more information at fox26houston.com, and help out with the Batwoman and the Bat Cave. All right, sending it back to you guys. Reporting live, Chelsea Edwards, Fox 26 News.
What a mission in life. I am so impressed.
Right. We've been talking all the morning how easily she handles those bats, Chelsea. But an average person, if you come across a bat,
they're scared.
What should you do? I mean, you shouldn't just scoop it up like she's doing, right?
Right. So if someone comes across a bat, you don't want them to just scoop it up, right?
Absolutely not. So if they come across a bat that needs assistance and they want to scoop it up, there's a safe way to do it. You can either wear leather gloves and pick it up, put it in a box, but what we recommend is using a shoebox and getting another piece of cardboard and just scooting the bat over into the shoebox, closing it, taping it up, make sure it has holes, and then call us at 713-468-8972.
Okay, and they can bring them up here to TWRC Wildlife Center. Okay, all right, good tips in case you guys run across any. All right, hopefully we won't have any freezing temperatures anymore. Deal with that. All right, guys, send it back to you.
A lot of amazing work happening here. Thank you, Chelsea.